What up, everybody? At the beginning of Raising Kanan Season 2, Episode 10, Unique met up with Rock at a diner to warn her that Sal Baselli and the Italian Mafia was coming for her. And during this conversation, Unique started flirting with Rock. He told her that most romances start in the office, heads bumping into each other at the water cooler, and he just wondered if she ever favored him like that. But Rock answered Unique, "We ain't got no water cooler, and last time I checked, me and you were trying to kill each other." Then Unique said something very important to keep in mind during Season 3. He stood up and said, "You know what they say, there's a thin line," meaning there's a thin line between love and hate. Then at the end of the episode, Sal's men sure enough came for Rock and her whole operation, resulting in Unique's best friend Warrell getting killed. But Unique made it out the Jersey projects alive and showed up at Rock's right in time to save her life from the hitter who is just a second away from smoking her. But even at the end of Season 2, nobody was really expecting there to be a relationship between Unique and Rock moving forward. Then to start Season 3, Unique got home from the same night, about to tell his baby mama Panessa what happened when he found out that Ronnie was already home from prison. Then at the end of the first episode, Panessa started telling Unique that she was scared and didn't feel comfortable with Ronnie in the house, and that Warrell left behind 2 kids and that she didn't want to be a single mother. But real quick, on a side note, keep in mind that Warrell left behind 2 children. Most likely this is insignificant, but this being the Power universe and a lot smaller than the actual universe, I got to ask the question, have we met Warrell's kids in OG Power? But Unique assured Panessa that everything was going to be okay and told her that he had a plan, and walked out, then showed up at Rock's house. But Unique wasn't necessarily showing up at Rock's house to smash. He was just trying to talk about making some money, getting business back going, so he could get Ronnie his own place. Also keep in mind that just as eager as Panessa is to get Ronnie out of her house, Ronnie is even more eager to get back to work. So I think he's beginning to take his frustration out on Panessa. That's why he spoke to her the way he did in Episode 3. Also keep in mind when Rock met up with Unique at the diner at the beginning of Season 2, Episode 10, she was trying to promote him to handle distribution in Baltimore and DC before she found out that Tremont backdoored her. But Unique told Rock that him and Warrell were about to start their own thing because he don't see himself as somebody's employee. But because of the Ronnie situation and Warrell being dead, I think he was initially going to talk to Rock about if the opportunity was still available, only to find out that Rock was getting out the game. And then what happened just ended up happening and the two hooked up. Then at the beginning of Episode 2, we found out there's a 2-week time jump and Unique and Rock had been kicking it the whole time, before Rock's house was stormed by Stefano Marchetti's men and abducted Rock and Unique to take them to Stefano. Unique later used this as an opportunity to approach Stefano about going into business together and let Unique tap into the heroin faucet that the Italians had coming in. But Stefano told Unique that there was other people who he would have to be dealing with. Getting us caught up to Episode 3 when Unique meets up with the heroin plug, Quan. And at the end of the conversation, Quan tells Unique that his wife is Chinese and that you can't help who you love, with Unique replying, "I know that's right," confirming that Unique is in love with Rock. And prior to his meeting with Quan, Unique went to the gym to lift weights with his brother Ronnie. And Ronnie started complaining again about not having any work and told Unique that he should have killed Rock back in the day because if Rock's breathing, she's hustling. Unique then racked the weights and clearly had a bothered look on his face. We know that Unique is in love with Rock, but at the same time, he still loves his brother. So Unique is currently going through a serious internal conflict that's only going to get worse as the season progresses. And he might even have to end up choosing between the two eventually. But the problem is, Ronnie now knows that Unique is in a relationship with Rock. When Unique was walking out of Rock's house, none other than Ronnie was sitting around the corner watching everything in a car that he had just stolen. Now keep in mind how Rock was so paranoid before letting Unique in her house. She walked outside and looked in every direction because the feds were watching her earlier. But when Unique walked out, he didn't use any of the same precaution and walked straight to his car. If he had been watching his surroundings, he might have saw his brother sitting down the street. Now a lot of people are looking at Unique and Ronnie wrong, thinking that Ronnie isn't smart because of his mental issues, and Unique is smart because he's a player. But if you think about it, most of the stuff Ronnie tells Unique is facts. So with that said, Rock will most likely get back into the game and eventually cause problems for Unique at some point, just like Ronnie said would happen. Because we definitely know from the Season 3 promo videos that Rock will eventually meet Quan and get back into the game. She tells Quan that he has the ball and that she has the players. But Quan replied to Rock that there's more than one team, with Rock responding by saying, "But my team wins." So is the other team that Rock and Quan were talking about in this conversation Unique in his operation? Keep in mind that Neek has already started pillow talking and telling Rock that he met up with the Italians' Heroin Connect. So Rock is already going to be knowing Unique's every move and might end up playing him and even breaking his heart. Now keep in mind in Season 1, Unique killed his childhood friend for becoming a basehead after his shipment was seized by the police. Then after his best friend Warrell was killed, we never really saw Unique do any kind of grieving. Now I'm not saying Unique is emotionless, but at the same time, he is a lot more cold-blooded than some might take him for. So with that said, remember the line I started this video off quoting. There's a thin line between love and hate. So will Unique be the end of Rock? Will Rock break Unique's heart in some type of way? Then Unique, out of jealousy, kills Rock. Now keep in mind, in 50 Cent's movie Get Rich or Die Trying, Majestic killed Marcus's mother for breaking his heart, saying she spurned his affections. Will Rock have a similar fate at the hands of Unique? Leave your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments.